Good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast weekly news roundup on Westnile television, where we give you the weekly news highlights of the week every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Before we let us just dive into some of the stories that made headlines during the week. National Water and Sewerage Corporation handed over 4 stands latrine to Kitekele Primary School in Logiri Sub-County, Arua District. The newly constructed latrine was a pledge to the Arua District by the National Water and Sewerage Corporation Executive Director. Let's have more on that story.
National Water and Sewerage Corporation, Arua branch, handed over newly constructed 4 stands of VIP latrine to Kitekele Primary School in Logiri Sub-County, Arua District. The facility was constructed using first account of the National Water and Sewerage Corporation after the managing director last year, during his visit, promised the people of Arua District VIP latrine to the tune of 13 million.
I personally supervised the construction of this VIP latrine, and I am very certain it is of good quality and is ready for use. Last year, our MD, National Water and Sewerage Corporation, visited during his visit in the northern region, he visited our area, Arua, and we were blessed during the invitation that the chairman of the district was in attendance. And during the deliberation, the MD National Water, as part of corporate social responsibility, promised for a 4 stands VIP latrine. It was the initiative of the chairman of the Arua district that he guided that we bring this VIP latrine to Kitekele Primary School. I want to thank him for that.
Shandia Dominic, the head teacher at Kitekele Primary School and the school management committee chairperson, hails the National Water and Sewerage Corporation for thinking about the school in as far as sanitary facility for girls is concerned.
Coming to conclusion, so my time, because the speeches, I would need to thank you very much for aid, and we need more of this kind of things.
Without the intervention of National Water and Sewage Corporation, for the purposes of the girl child, you can see what the situation must have been. With the population of over 1,400 pupils and over 800 or 700 girls, you only have about 4 stances or 3 stances. So we can just imagine what normally happens when these children come out at break time. Even though we are speaking now, we will still see that what we have is insufficient indeed, because the girl child is at a risk, and you will find sometimes, because the queue is very long, if all of us look at that direction, you look at those old toilets, sometimes children just run into those toilets.
The local council 5 chairperson Arua District, Alfred Okwonze, calls on the community of Pajulu village to be grateful to the National Water and Sewerage Corporation for extending their support to the rural school. He says by law, National Water and Sewerage Corporation is only to operate within the urban areas, not rural areas, and extending corporate social responsibility to Kitekele Primary School cannot be taken for granted.
National Water and Sewerage Corporation is an organization mandated to supply water and related services in urban centers. The partner that is mandated to deal with the rural water supply is a different one, not National Water and Sewerage Corporation. We all have to be very, very grateful for the flexibility and the love of National Water and Sewerage Corporation for accepting to come down beyond their limits.
Kitekele Primary School currently has a total of over 1,500 pupils. Before the construction of the latrine, the school had only 4 stands VIP latrine for girls, which were being shared by the female teachers as well. Dennis Oringi, Westnile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. Partners in community transformation are advocating for the increase in participation of all stakeholders in the nurturing and assessing of life skills. Recently, the organization is disseminating the district assessment of life skills in East Africa for Maracha district, where 53% of the adolescents are not able to interpret bad behavior as lack of respect for others and may take conciliatory steps to resolve the situations. Dennis Oringi reports more.
During the dissemination of the assessment of life skills and values in East Africa, a Uganda National Household-based assessment by partners in community transformation in Maracha district revealed that most children in the district of Maracha are lagging behind in their foundational life skills, as many teachers and parents lack an understanding of the importance of competencies. The report shares with the different stakeholders shows finding about adolescent proficiency in 4 life skills: problem solving, self-awareness, collaboration, and respect.
Education has been one of our niche as a thematic area, and we've been participating in several other assessments before, and that's how that credibility we've earned it from these partners that have partnered with us. We have Luigi, we have Wezo, we have Zizafri, and many others. As an organization, we emphasize quality in all that we do. And as you can see in the report, that report is depicting the real picture of the situation on ground. And I'm happy that leaders have accepted it the way it is.
Schools have had a tendency of concentrating on only academic work, only subjects. Yet we realize that you cannot only survive on grades. So we realized that we needed to have more than grades and look at other life skills that are very important. But we needed evidence. We needed evidence to gather evidence from the communities and then use that evidence to drive the policy and influence policy. So as Alive, we started a journey, and in that journey that had the contribution of major stakeholders, we decided to look at 3 life skills, that is problem solving, that is collaboration and self-awareness, and then 1 value of respect. It is very important that we do research, because research is what forms the basis of most of the decisions that we take. So why we decided to go to the communities is that we needed to get the context. What they see as a problem in Tanzania, how they solve it could be different from what happens in Uganda. In Uganda, what they see as a problem in Maracha, how they solve it could be different from what happens in Western Uganda, where I come from. So we decided to go to the communities and then find out. We were helped by Uganda Bureau of Statistics to do sampling, and in Maracha was actually identified to represent the sample from Westnile.
Some of the stakeholders who participated in the dissemination of the reports agreed with the report findings.
We have a number of children in our communities where the mothers are trying to refuse to tell who the parents are, who the father who has fathered the child. And it happened in my house, where a girl got pregnant and the boy said he was not alone. That means they were 3. So you expect that you are delivering a child who has access to this type of information. How do you expect the child to develop? The child will develop a negative feeling.
Generic skills can be well tapped in realizing the potential of our children. And I want to be thankful to the Ministry of Education that as a teacher professionally, that the lower secondary curriculum is impacting positively in building the competence of the learners. Personally, I've assessed the senior 3s are better off than the senior 4s in terms of how brave they are, how competent, and self-awareness. And I want to be thankful. So but the problem now is the integration of ICT. The ICT equipment we have in the schools that we have in Maracha are not sufficient enough for learners.
Dr. Paulo Njovo.
It's deeper.
Health Officer Maracha District says that the life skills of a child start right from home and the environment where he or she lives.
I will agree with those gaps in I will agree with the results and the gaps there. Life skills and the values are critical in human development and in social change. And you will see no children resemble us, the parents, the society or the community in which they live. That's why if you go to a certain, if you go to some schools where they call a country, children will pronounce it as country. Where they call a place county, and somebody pronounces it as county. That's what children will say. So the children will resemble us, the teachers, because the teachers are many. We, the biological parents, the peer group, the religious leaders, the classroom teachers, and of course the society outside there.
The assessment undertaken were in the districts of Buyende, Chegegwa, Kasese, Jinja, Mubende, Kagadi, Oyam, Shema, Nabilatuk, Bukedea, Shamkwanzi, Butambala, Ntungamo, Rukunjiri, Marasha, Wakiso, Bukwe, Tororo, Agago, and Kampala in 2022. Dennis Oringi, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. Farmers in Bilia, Fisap County, Terego District are assured of better prices and good storage of their oil-producing products. This comes as a result of the intervention by the Development Initiative for Northern Uganda, a Government of Uganda program with funding of shillings worth 133 million from the European Union and implemented by the Lutheran World Federation and other partners. Emmanuel Agele reports more.
I take the opportunity to open this facility for God and my country.
Before the project came in Biliafe, we do farming, but the farming was without knowledge. When this project of Dinu came in, we got different knowledges in productivity, whereby the farmer has to learn from the demonstration garden. Now, reaching the second year, what you have learned from the demonstration garden was supposed to be transferred to your individual garden, in which we tried and we got the benefit. Now the machine, we shall add value because we are basically dealing with the production of sunflower and the soybean. These are oil seeds, whereby you can get your grain, you go and add value on it in the machine. From there you sell your cooking oil, which will be much expensive than selling the grain, because a kilo of grain is 1,400 to 1,500.
Chumba banyeji amani de amani ngasu de ayizu mukaruben amabiendra tichegberi your transport yanisi afabani yari midiangoni ade angwe zuru midilangoni ade atande waro erida mani muke sarisi bana fadizo amani ede grupu ama ombani iuni sarisi mani re ma bini masira ainde ma aombwangri sila zerisi ade kwata su nusu sakene kwata towi de mabi ni sendu suangiri kwa nema za school fees a nusu silinga nda silinga nusu kadiro mani sunflower dozizu azini ma yandra wera runanane azini ndra mbasalane
ye wa rwanda mani su denga basi irrigation center de kore odozi ile alifiri kalirisi amozo kando ridikira okay ama basto angoma aniyo arikiditi bamu understand azusu amane illegal dia abejike ama produce kida aki over 1 man edro atekikite kilo ngwe sikite deni ili resource ayavini ba afadiki bakanda man store disidwa manda afadiki tradiara amandro du ko fe marketini mwiri amafakite tafandi akuelerisi emidini ya fari bangware ko balalo ni ba ivujwa beto dini dile afade ongongo pisiare ko tesasi diri ni azu di atirisi amadilo nga fari ko zora amalukiti once banido afa ongo tadidi pibore banira school project de pia member family as business sira kini ba yo amvu ngwangirisi minga fesuele ni angiri mi development ye mi school fees of mi investment ye aggregation center di banisa sirisizo amanibo amotoke bani amerinira dusa se karende amotoke dale mvubo sunflower yazo first season ya ale ya ongwa ngirisi amvubo mani ya dale bore cha ekosu ya mange continue ibe ale kidi dia magasto atre tani angirisi amaseni sende osu amalio mavu dia redraw abiribe.
We were able to market over 500 tons last year of sunflower across board West Nile. But for Terego alone, we marketed 38 tons of sunflower from Terego district. And this is coming from zero quantities to 38 tons.
Our farmers, there are a number of these farmer groups now created and being supported. We would want to see competition among yourselves in terms of who is creating more wealth in terms of these level programs. Program winds up. I want to pray that you are simply going to reorganize and come in another form. What does that mean? I have seen our people slowly are beginning to pop up in terms of creating for themselves livelihood and wealth. So we need not leave this middleway. And as the program closes, as I said, we're a new district, the challenges are huge. I am happy, Honorable Minister, to report that even if I'm called at midnight and I wake up from sleep, I will narrate all the achievements of DINU in this district. It's because of the level of transparency. And
I'm happy that we are going to produce, we are going to store, we are going to process, we are going to add value to our produce. So next time we come, we are going to see some good bottled cooking oil made in Biliafe. That is my appreciation. We shall eat some of it in our foods, but we shall sell so that we get money. That is why government has come up with PDM to boost production. So the leaders who are here, I expect you to keep this program together. I'll expect you to mobilize many more other farmers so that we can have the stores full all the time. Because there are also challenges where you can have 1 month, the store is full, the next month, there is nothing in the store. For the next 5 months until the next season. So please mobilize so that you have a constant supply of produce, and then you process all the time, and then you'll always have your goods. So ownership, please keep together. Even when DINU is winding up, for you, you will not wind up. For you, you must keep together. And possibly, it may be you, not even our words. When I hear, I think we should extend it for another period, it will now be you to speak. It's no longer us. Because we can say, but if we come down and we find that you are not together, you're not producing, then there will be no reason for extension. The community leaders, the farmers, I want to appeal to you that our next intervention will depend on how successful you are, will depend on how you have owned this project, will depend on how you multiply or sensitize others to join. That will be the basis. Multiply or sensitize others to join. That will be the basis.
And more in our stories for the evening. The Arua District Local Government has handed over the construction of an operating theatre, laboratory, 4-unit staff houses and VIP latrines to Bondo Health Center 4 to the Miss Bilge Engineering and Associates Limited at the cost of 995 million shillings. The district secured the money from the government of Uganda through the Development Response to Displacement Impacts project. While handing over the facilities formally to the contractor, the Arua district boss urges the contractor to do quality work. Dennis Orengi reports more.
Arua district leaders have called upon the contractor constructing operating theatre, laboratory block, 4-unit staff house and VIP latrine at Bondo Health Center 4 to adhere to the set project completion deadlines. With the funding under the Development Response to Displacement Impacts, Dr. D project, the construction works was contracted to Miss Bluch Engineering and Associates Limited at a cost of 995,903,160 Ugandan shillings. Engineer Tio Williams Oda, the district engineer for Arua district, says he is optimistic about the work because of frequency of the close supervision of Dr. Deep engineer and the district engineer.
Facilities included in this contract are, as we have seen, the operating theatre, the laboratory block, the 4-unit staff housing, then the VIP latrines drainable outside there. We have moved with this work so far effectively. The contract was signed in January, with some small features here and there, but where we have now reached, the work is now so far progressing well. With the contractor already setting the superstructure walls, I don't now see any reason why they should delay, especially if they have mobilized for the work. The work is co-supervised by the Dr. Deep Engineering Assistant Henry and myself, Engineer Tio William Taylor, the district engineer. We have ensured that our presence is here.
Alfred Madima, the Health Facility Management Committee chairperson for Bondo Health Center 4, urged the contractor to proceed with the project work and ensure that the completion is within the contracted period.
The framework for this project is for 6 months, but if it's not done within that framework, I know some of the discussions will be done there. You have to see that the work get finished. If the site was officially handed over to the contractor, some of these challenges were going to be shared and discussed with him. Some solutions were going to be given to him in an advanced way, so that some of these forthcoming challenges could have been sorted out. But the matters were not battled off. The project has reached at the stage where it can go a bit faster.
The local council 3 chairperson, Arrivo Sub-County, where the health facility is located, hails Development Response to Displacement Impact Project Dr. Deep for catering for the people of Arrivo by choosing Bondo Health Center 4 to benefit from the funding.
And Dr. Deep, actually, it has done a lot to deal with Arrivo, but this is one of the tangible projects we're trying to set up, which actually we shall like to remember, even when we're not there.
Despite having nice facilities being put up at the Health Center 4, the health center lacks fence to provide security for the facilities being constructed, something the Health chairperson puts forward to the district leadership of Arua and urges the district to make follow-up on the pledge made by Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited to fence the health facility as part of their corporate social responsibility.
We need to fence this place. As UTCL, who had promised us, at least we want to say that some of this place will be finished. If not, at least half must be covered. I'm trying to request that if it goes at your door, please, this place needs to be fenced so that we can protect this facility.
Alfredo Kwonzi, the LC5 chairperson Arua district, during his visit to the construction site, which he called belated official site handover, called upon the contractor to pay local material suppliers to full and employ 98% of local skilled and unskilled laborers. He further urged the contractor to offer financial literacy training and to ensure regular health checks of the laborers.
If you want to know the qualities of our people, subject them to money. Even those who did not have girlfriends will begin thinking of having one. Even those who are married will feel that they need another one because there's enough disposable income. This applies to both my people and engineer your people. So what services are you getting from the health center here is my interest. You should have tested them. Of those you have brought here, how many are living with HIV? I need that baseline information.
The construction of these facilities at Bondo Health Center 4 is one of the 10 sub-projects Arua district is benefiting from Development Response to Displacement Impact Project, Dr. Deep. Dennis Oringi, Westnile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. Arua City has registered 2 cases of aggravated robbery at betting centers. One incident occurred on the 28th of April 2023 at Champion Betting Center in Zambia, and another occurred on the 1st of May 2023 at the Premium Betting Center, Transport Road. It is alleged that in the 2 robberies, the 2 security guards were not armed but were put on gunpoint by the robbers inside the betting centers as the robberies commenced. The Westnile Police spokesperson Josephine Anguchia is urging the managers of these betting centers to take up serious security measures like installation of CCTV cameras and put more than 1 guard on duty. Let's have more on that story.
Arua City has registered 2 cases of aggravated robbery at betting centers. The first incident occurred on 28th April 2023, that is at Champion Betting Center in Zambia within Arua City. Then the second one occurred on 1st May 2023 at Premier Betting Center at Transport Road within Arua City. However, with the first one, it so happened that at around 11:43 p.m. in the night of 28th April 2023, an unidentified armed robber attacked Champion's Betting Center and robbed cash money of unspecified amount and shot 1 bullet to one called Adule Collins on the left-hand side of the waist, and Adule was later on rushed by police to Family Care Medical Center for treatment, and at least he survived death. He is still getting treatment. And immediately after getting information on the attack of Champions Betting Center in Zambia, police rushed to the scene, documented it, and rushed Adule Collins, who was shot by the robber, for treatment. And then from there they opened a case of aggravated robbery, which they are still investigating under Arua Central Police Station Diary Reference 02 of 29th April 2023. No arrest has been made yet. However, a number of security observations were made for further improvement. Then, for this one of Transport Road, which occurred on 1st May 2023, at 11:40 p.m. in the night of 1st May 2023, 3 men and 1 masked woman, all wearing jungle boots, carrying rifles, made their way into the Premier Betting Center hall after turning off the lights and put everyone on gunpoint. So after getting the money, they made off with an unspecified amount of money and a mobile phone Infinite type valued at 380,000 Ugandan shillings. So as a police, we have advised that the managers of these betting centers should take up serious security measures to secure their centers. One of the ways is to increase the number of guards from 1 to 2. We have always advocated for double guards. We have advocated that people should avoid deploying individuals or single guards to guard such beats, because many times single guards end up being overpowered by the criminals. And so they may not do much, or they may not secure such a center properly. So we have advised the managers to make sure they deploy 2 guards, and the guards should be armed. They should be outside the betting rooms, and then they should also be conscious and vigilant all the time, knowing that anytime they can be attacked. And we should also know that where betting is taking place, there is money. There is money being collected for the transaction. And where money is being collected, expect evil things to happen. Expect robberies, expect thefts, expect thuggeries, expect so many things, criminal activities to be taking place in such centers, because money can attract anyone. Even anybody who comes for betting or who pretends to be coming for betting could be a spy to the robbers, a spy to thieves, a spy to thugs. So as they are inside there, they are busy spying, they are looking at the position of the security guards, they are looking at the number of the guards, they are assessing whether they have arms or not. So after assessing this, they simply call their colleagues to come and attack and rob. So let us try to avoid that. Let's try to avoid that by ensuring that we improve on deployment of armed guards, and the number should be increased from 1 to 2. At least each center should have 2 armed guards, and then the guards should be vigilant all the time, knowing that they are guarding centers where there is a transaction involving money, and they can be attacked at any time of the day and of the night. So they have to be vigilant and conscious all the time, and be ready to defend where need to be. Otherwise, they can become victims of such a circumstance. We are lucky that we didn't lose lives. In other extreme cases, they would have been killed as the guards. Then so many could have been injured. But we are grateful that we never lost life. And then the one who was injured in Zambia was treated. So we can really make improvement so as to prevent such from happening in future.
And more in our stories for the evening. The Northern Uganda Social Action Fund Phase 4 is set to be rolled out by July 2023. The program that will have 3 major components, which include livelihood enhancement, labor-intensive public workers, and institutional systems, is expected to target about 667,000 households, 31 million beneficiaries, and create 21,000 self-employment enterprises for the youth beneficiaries. Let's have more on that story.
The government of the Republic of Uganda is set to roll out the Northern Uganda Social Action Fund, NUSAF4, a program that seeks to provide social and economic support to the poorest in the communities. While in a commissioning of a Dino project in Biliafe Sub-County in Terego District, Wilfred Saka, the district chairman, seeks for a clarification on if NUSAF4 is to be rolled out.
I have seen our people slowly are beginning to cope up in terms of creating for themselves livelihood and wealth. So we need to leave this midway. I was gladly part of the team that discussed the successor program for NUSAF 3, which you did probably tell us about, whether it is coming or not. Our prayer is it should be coming, is that under that program our markets could be considered.
Honorable Grace Freedom Quinching, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, during a high-level monitoring tour of the Development Initiative for Northern Uganda projects, confirms the rollout of the NUSAF4, saying this will complement other poverty eradication programs like the Paris Development Model, and she has further urged the community to embrace such development impact initiatives.
And it's true, we are discussing NUSAF4, And NUSA 4, just like PDM, we are also focusing on the most poor person. The 39% poor households. Those ones who have little land, those who are not sending their children to school, those who are eating less than 3 meals a day, because I also heard PDM had a problem. Even the committee members wanted to get the money first before the household they surveyed got. The money will come. At least the president and the government have given assurance to the country that the money will come. As I speak, 25 million shillings more has been given to all parishes in the country. That means at least we have taken off, and we shall steadily, as government, always give this money so that our poor people do something. But once you have gotten that money, please do something valuable. And the government already guided. You either do zero grazing, or coffee, or fruits. I think Terego, you can plant fruit trees, poultry, piggery, fish pond, and then there must also be food. I'm happy I've been seeing some cassava gardens. There must be food. When you go to the West, I think they have focused on 3 or 4 things. There is matoke, there is coffee, there is tea, there is cattle, dairy cattle. They are focused on those ones. But for us here, we want to grow everything. We want to grow maize, beans, granules, simsim, cassava. We want to grow everything. Potatoes. Sometimes even in the same garden. How do you harvest that one? Let's also learn from PDM now. Let's also learn how to select valuable commodities so that if we do 1 or 2 or 3, we spend less energy, but we get more. And the aim is really to get more production so that we can process and add value.
According to the reports from the Office of the Prime Minister, over 1.2 households have benefited from the NUSAF program that started in 2002, while the government of the Republic of Uganda partnered with World Bank as a response to the devastating effects of the Lord's Resistance Army insurgency in northern Uganda. Emmanuel Agele, Westnile TV Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. The Uganda Forum for Agricultural Advisory Services, in partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, held a regional agriculture extension meeting with key stakeholders to create awareness and mobilize for the upcoming Ugandan National Agriculture Extension Week 2023, set to take place at Kabera Country Club, Kampala, on the 23rd to the 26th of May 2023. Let's have more on that story. Uganda Forum for Agriculture Advisory Services, in partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, held a regional agriculture extension meeting with key stakeholders like CEFOD, Palm Corps, Abizadi, Arua District and Arua City local government to debate on the critical agriculture development issues within the region ahead of the planned Uganda National Agriculture Extension Week 2023, set to take place at Kabera Country Club in Kampala from the 23rd to the 26th of May 2023.
So our purpose for today's meeting is to create awareness and mobilize for the upcoming event for the National Agriculture Extension Week, which is due to take place from 23rd to 26th of May this year.
As the UFAs from the board, can we put emphasis that as a resilience for competitiveness, can there be an additional component to the extension we're doing? One area is the issue of the tractor. Politicians have been speaking about tractor, but they can't verify it. Can we again, within extension, can we also say about the tractor or mechanization again? Because if it's not understood from the parliament, can they understand it from us as professionals? Because you can't continue providing extension services without the mechanization. Why are there engineers at the district? They have to call agricultural engineers. Why are they there? value addition is still low. Why? And that will be pronounced by us.
Looking at climate change, though we have climate smart agriculture, I think recommend or suggest that there should be also continuous support to research, because we have seen our organization here coming up with new, let's say, varieties of seeds to fight this virus here. So I think if UFAS is going to lobby on our behalf, as a region, we are suggesting they should continue to support, or they seek for support from whoever can support such organizations to do for us the research.
Yes, if you look at the interventions that currently we are having, I could say we have a lot of problems. One, the ordinary intervention that we have that involves giving animals. That has been one of the biggest challenges that we are experiencing within Westnile. For example, I can say that has been a disease that have caused laziness in our farmers. Why am I saying this? Because they don't take it seriously and hone it. For example, they might say, Ayuda have given us seeds, and they don't value the seeds that they have been given. So compared to the seeds that they have bought by themselves, how can we, like in Westnile, try to strengthen the private sector companies that are in agriculture so that they take key lead in intervening into the life of our people, to see that we strengthen agriculture to the last mile people. If you look at our interventions that we are having, it is not categorically catering for disability people. You realize there are some aspects of interventions that we always tend to have, which are very hard for our brothers and sisters who are disabled.
Water, soil, then vegetation cover. How do we modify this one to a competitiveness? And how do we maybe go back to address maybe little vegetation cover, or maybe low soil fertility? These issues are being raised in a Makerere and a narrow conference of this year, and it was one of the areas which has brought a lot of concern to every participant.
In this region, we know that we need to still focus on the people with productivity. It is still quite low in this region because of the number of factors. And of course, we need also to address issues of climate change, especially with the so that theme one is already captured. And then the other element that has been mentioned already is the element of linking the farmers to the market, which falls under theme 3. Viable business development and services. Because once farmers are able to produce, then there should be a value to take up what they produce, and it should be assured good market for their products.
This regional agriculture extension meeting is meant to create awareness and mobilize for the upcoming Uganda National Agriculture Extension Week 2023, set to take place from the 23rd to the 26th of May 2023. Okumuringa Christine for Westnile Television, Nilecast. And more in our stories for the evening. Madiokolo PDM beneficiaries have been cautioned against diverting their funds for dowry. Joel Ojedra, the Madiokolo District Principal Assistant Secretary, during the launch of the Parish Revolving Fund at the district headquarters on Thursday, urged the beneficiaries to take the PDM seriously to elevate their households from poverty. He further appealed to the beneficiaries to stop misusing the fund for non-productive activities. Let's have more on that story.
Laura PDM Sakwa, so message and Rumuti. Megazo ama bangia iroju uti pareni salo nga ma yozira na sentina bangia ma madam ide tuaro so me send the tusu ma wa faraba.
Madi Okolo District Local Government has been able to launch the disbursement of the Parish Revolving Fund under the Parish Development Model. The Parish Development Model is a government strategy for organizing and delivering public and private sector interventions for wealth creation and employment generation at the parish level as the lowest economic planning unit. While speaking during the launch, Toko Swibe, the resident district commissioner, appreciated government of Uganda for initiating the program. Toko informed the beneficiaries that the program is not a political program, but for all the 39% subsistence Ugandans. Toko warned the beneficiaries against using the money for paying dowry. He tasked the beneficiary groups to spend the fund only on the selected enterprises.
The previous programs have been failing because there have been middlemen, either the district, the services, or the support reaches the people through the district or sub-county. But this time, government has made the beneficiaries themselves. This money is not coming to district account, it's not coming to sub-county account, it's going to direct the SACCO accounts at the parish. We believe if this money is utilized well, it should be able to bring the transformation that is desired. All homesteads here have at least the basics. All those enterprises that have been selected, we're not starting from blue. All the homesteads in Mariokolo have been engaged in those activities one or the other. So the PDM is intended to upscale it, not do it on commercial scale. If you have been producing cassava 1 acre, 2 acres, this time go to 10, 20 acres. If you have been rearing 5, 10 goats, this time go to 30, 40, 50 goats. That must be scientifically raised, treated, given water and adequately fed. The same to piggery, the same to all those involved in livestock. They must not handle the business as usual.
Joel Ajidra, the Mariokolo District Principal Assistant Secretary, urged the beneficiaries to take the PDM seriously in order to alleviate household poverty.
As a district, we want to emphasize the money that is seated to the beneficiary groups. Should the parish revolving fund, please, we are witnesses to this money. This money should be spent to change the lives of our people. Honorable councillors are here, RGC President's office is here. We want to see to it that this money is put into use and changes the life of our people.
Christopher Enima, the Mariokolo District Production Officer, who is the PDM focal point person for the district, says that they have so far disbursed 8.913 million PDM revolving funds to all the 46 parish circles.
These monies in 2021-2022, PDM monies were transferred to the districts. So it was transferred to the district, and towards the end of the financial year, what we did was to make sure that we transfer this money to the SACCO accounts. So for each SACCO, we transferred 8.913 million. The total amount of money we transferred from the district to SACCO accounts is 409 million. 409.998 million. If you multiply 8.913 by 46, it comes to around there. So this money was transferred.
Geoffrey Asia, the Mariokolo District Vice Chairperson, tasked the district officials to continue sensitizing the beneficiaries to have the positive mindset so that they desist from thinking the revolving fund is a gift from the government.
I know there are some sub-counties very difficult to deal with when they tell them to come. You a mobilizer, maybe the parish, you did your best. Probably it was because the attitude, the mindset. So CDOs, there's a pillar of the mindset there, need to begin to work enormously so that people's mindset towards this program is corrected and they massively come and register as beneficiaries to PDM. I know there are so many enterprises who could be thinking to come and register, but because of the mindset still not clean, they are still adamant in the community there. So CDOs, please play your role on the pillar of the mindset change as far as PDM is concerned.
The records at Mariukolo district indicate that so far 754 people have benefited from the parish revolving fund, of which 414 are male while 342 are female. In February 2022, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni launched the parish development model program to lift about 3.5 million households in Uganda out of poverty by transforming them from subsistence to a money economy. Dennis Oringi, Westnile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. A consortium of non-governmental organizations is empowering the communities of Westnile and Acholi sub-regions in oil production as a way of improving the community's livelihood through a project codenamed Lerwa, implemented under the Development Initiative for Northern Uganda, funded by the European Union. Emmanuel Agele explains more.
With the hot prospect of Acholi and Westnile sub-region becoming the powerhouse for oilseed production, a consortium of non-governmental organization and private sector company have come together to empower the communities to increase their production. Led by the Dan Church Aid and other partners, are implementing the Livelihood Initiative for Westnile and Acholi Lewa project under the Development Initiative for Northern Uganda program funded by the European Union through the Office of the Prime Minister. The chairman of Lemerebe Choko Farmers Association in Lodonga Sub-County, Yumbe District, shares their experience.
This year, Amudo Musule, Amudo Maro Manu Kofe, in 2015, when they were organized, this year came in now to give them assistance support. How to save money and how to begin small business. And how to farm very well, profitably. They were able to get 1 acre as a demonstration farm. In the second year, this year opened 10 acres, but as of now, it has increased to 20 acres now. They are planting soybean, sunflower, beans, and potatoes. As they continue, they also give them machines to increase the value. Wimbata muso disi projected no lewa disi ama sende nda mbo bere were uda atudo inira mweji jode uda sanu kutinji me amadi million euro muso. Yeah, the knowledge they have acquired from DCA has enabled them to save very well. As of now, they have 9 million.
The program manager at Lewa Project says these groups are being empowered by the digitalized platform that allows farmers to save and access loans to boost their production.
Group before you is one of the several groups the Dino Lewa Project worked with. However, for the Dino Lewa Project, we had a total of 400 groups that we digitalized across board for the project. But overall, the project had 840 groups, but we only digitalized 400 of them. It was possible, the digitalization process was possible because we were able to contract Nsibuku to do the digital platform on which the groups now save their funds or their monies, their records, and also they're able to access credit from the financial institutions using the records in the digital platform.
This has been one of the innovations that has empowered the groups, because without that record, financial institutions could not consider such groups as bankable. But because they're able to see the records, it has enabled us to support these 400 groups. In the pilot, when we started, in total about 49 million was accessed through the digital platform. But as I talk now, about 490 million is in pipeline for all these groups to access in the digital platform.
The district chairman, Asiko Abdul Mutwalib, has applauded the women for always taking a lead in such development initiatives, and he has called upon the men to join the women.
We have about 1,200 villages, and every village has a group, either 1 or 2 groups. We have over 2,000 groups in Yumbe district, and if you look at the composition of members in these groups, 95% of them are women. And it's not a surprise that most of our livelihoods in the households is entirely in the hands of women. It's not a surprise. I want to thank the few men. Agobi Migairi Pipiro, Ale Mina Wad for First and School Group, Tima Mujuriga, Michonga Gobukusoku, Agobula Mishuriki Kesgadu, Agobi Vision to anywhere Ningadiki. Ama gubisi ama ngauda ja unguku turuga tweeting center kega as a mixing man lakini imi ukusi lichoga do dichimi ale semina wa professor na itu tangabi badike mujimba tangaga ingon ngadike imeyo ke muke abiki sindela amakicho anjiku fe school gengi ngonero adova sicho licho kipa ba yengi ngonero.
One of the objectives of the project is to sustain production, even without the intervention of such a project. However, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Queen Grace Freedom, appealed for continuous support from the district to be given to such farmer groups.
I think they are organized. They came with their savings. They wanted to show us that they have money and they can do more. For now, I want to understand them better. But I think they need technical support from the district. They need more technical support from the commercial officer to tune them. You can see they have various projects and they need better coordination in order to have bulk production of any commodity, whether it is a crop, whether it is a craft, whatever it is. I think they are well organized, they are set, they are ready to receive education, but we need a commercial officer and the community development officer to come and help them.
The Lewa project that is coming to an end has been running in 9 districts of Adjumani, Obongi, Moyo, Yumbe, Maracha, Koboko, Arua, Madiokolo, and Lamo in West Nile and Acholi sub-region. Emmanuel Agele, Westnile TV Nilecast.
And to end our Nilecast weekly news roundup only on Westnile Television, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, General Godfrey Tumusime, has revealed that the government is developing a mega plan to revive the housing status of all the police facilities in the country. According to the Major General Godfrey Tumusime, government is entering into a public-private partnership with some private stakeholders to roll out a mega construction and renovation of both the police stations and police accommodations across the country. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports more.
It was a busy morning in Achwa River region as the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Major General Tumusimwe, visited the region. During his visit, he happens to tour different police facilities in Gulu City. Among the facility toured was Gulu Central Police Station, the River Achwa Regional Motor Vehicle Maintenance Workshop, and Police Barrack.
Because the other one has a bedroom and a sitting room, the other block. So now, we would have started on this one, but not because of accommodation. We said no, let's finish the other ones, then we begin with this one. So that is the one I was saying that we had submitted and accounted for. Because if it remains, then it will be an eyesore whoever will be looking at it will be like,
yeah, you have not done anything.
SSP Engineer Christine Mavala led a bus to witness some of the renovation work taking place at Gulu Police Barrack. It is at this point when Major General Tumusiime felt touch and open up.
You could see also some other units are being, actually have been renovated, others are being renovated. True, overall, the situation is not very good, but police has started renovating.
He assured police of a bigger revival coming up on the police fraternity in the country.
We are waiting actually the bids to be opened for because government is going into private public partnership with some rich individuals who are going to construct for us, and the government will pay in the future. Massive construction for our residentials as well as police station. So we think by the end of this financial year, towards June, July, that announcement will be out.
The regional police commander, Achua River Region, Nasuha Damare, expressed our gratitude to Uganda Police for trying their best to improve on their living conditions amidst the current global financial crisis.
But I'm so thankful to the police management that they considered giving us some uniforms which have been installed to improve the accommodation problem, and also some of the old structures are being renovated.
As police plan to roll out its mega plan to facelift different police facilities across the country, at Gulu Police Barrack, the renovation of 6 blocks of police accommodation facility with support from police headquarters is ongoing. Stephen Okello for Westnile Television's Nilecast.
And with that story, we have come to the end of the Nilecast weekly news roundup on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Nilecast Christine. Have a good evening.